to my house.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Ty here, back at it again with another budget deck profile you already know, and it's with my main man, Stain. Now, everybody has been anticipating this character. They've been waiting to see this character in action and stuff. Like I said, this is a budget deck just to give you a little idea what direction to go with them, kind of figure out his play style. That's the beautiful thing about these budget decks. They are not supposed to be something that are just like, oh, you're going to dominate tournaments and stuff. You could, but it's really to understand the character. Know that if you're new and you're just trying to get involved in it, just trying to understand stuff, just build stuff out of simple cards that are just commons and uncommons just alone. I put no rares, ultra rares, nothing in these decks. That is for you to explore and check it out. Just want to give you a budget deck just to get going and playing, all right? Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click your notification on and notified when I place another content on the channel, all right? Well, without further ado, let's get into this Stain. Hero, villain, killer, I mean, vigilante, you already know. 6-hander, 29 health. He has the all symbol, the evil symbol, and the order symbol. This guy is very, very interesting. He has the ability to be very aggressive, but I think he's selective and strategic on when he's going to attack and how he's going to attack. Just kind of like he is in the anime. I mean, once he's figuring out, examining who he wants, what he wants to do. And once he figures that out, you're 9 times out of 10, you're done. You know, he has quick reflexes. He's just deadly. And they did a very good job at the theme, thematically about him. So anyways, enhance, your weapon attack gets +1 speed. If it deals damage, your rival loses a health. Okay. By the way, if it deals damage, they lose a health, it can kill them. It can bring them down to below, you know, make them below 1. They can bring them to 0 and they will die. So moving on, response commit. After your rival makes a check to play a card, that check gets -3. Failing that check does not end the combat phase. Only playable if your rival has taken damage this game. So taking damage this game. So all he has to do is really somehow deal damage. Now, deal damage and lose life are two different things, okay? I want to make that clear. Losing life is not dealing damage. It's dealing a card effect. It's just a card effect damage, not even dealing damage. It's just you're losing by a card effect. Dealing damage means an attack has to deal damage. All right, so this is what makes him cool. So once he deals damage one time, he's online, and hacking the check, or they call it hacking, minus the check by 3. If you could do it on block, you could do it on foundation. When they play a foundation, a block, attack, you go on your kill turn. You could be like, hey, I'm going for it. Speed, speed, speed. They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna block, and you're like, yeah, check the 3. Yeah, I'm gonna do this, make it become a 0. Oh, I can't block it. You die. You know, so it's really, really neat, really cool. It's a great character, but let's get into the deck profile. We got Double Blade Slash. Double Blade Slash, really good block modifiers. A lot of Stain's attacks have really good block modifiers. It's really high speed too. 5 mid for 3 damage. You're like, oh, that's not that damaging. Yeah, you'll see. Fury, stun, and weapon. So it does have the weapon, which means that he can trigger the effect off by saying, you know, it's a weapon, so give it +1 speed. So it becomes a 6 speed. Evil enhance, meaning your character has to have it, which Stain does have it. So you say enhance, lose 1 health. You lose a health. Your rival's check to block this attack gets -1. So it's just going to make it harder for them to block this attack. Then enhance. If this attack is blocked, your next attack gains stun 1. So you just carry it over to the next one if they decide to block this. Really neat, really cool. It's like, all right, cool. We're going to go in anyway. Next, we have 4. Next we have 4 Piercing Descent. 1 low block. I'm telling you, this guy can block. He's really defensive. He's really good. I think he's a very controlled kind of deck. He's kind of just, he waits for the right moment. Like I said, it's a mid-range, kind of like, let me just see when to attack and then I go in. So yeah, Fury, weapon, and combo weapon. I already explained what combo was. in another video. If you have to, go ahead and check that out. But just in case you need to know real quick, combo parentheses, this attack's combo enhance cannot be played unless the card immediately preceding it matches the requirement in parentheses. So really this says weapon, so that means my preceding card has to have weapon in order to get it going. All right, so just remember that. So it has to be like weapon, and then when I play another one, I now can use the combo enhance, which I'm going to tell you what the combo enhance is. Combo enhance, this attack is +2 damage. If this attack deals damage, your rival loses 1 health. Your rival loses 1 health. Sorry, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, your rival loses 1 health. So if it deals damage, they're losing the health. Really neat. And if it's comboed with Stain is going to make them lose health too. So they're going to lose 2 health. Deal damage, lose 2 more health. So it can really start generating some damage. Next we have from set 1. This is a set 1 card. Expert Flurry. Range, weapon, combo, attack. Combo enhance, discard 1 rival momentum. So if they've been building, they may have hit you or whatever, you're like, get rid of their momentum. And it says discard 1 rival momentum, meaning you get to choose what momentum you want to discard. So those that have like Ochako, Jiro, any decks that require them to have momentum, to do things and go off, this allows you to get rid of it and says, I'll get rid of that one. I don't want to see that one. Denki, it allows you to get rid of it. So a really good card. Other one is kind of like my setup strike kind of thing. This is my setup strike card, which says enhance. Your next attack this turn gets +2 damage. So you play this and you're just like, next attack gets +2 damage. Oh, and it has weapons, so you get +1 speed. So yeah, hello, 5 high for 4 damage. If they take it with Stain, they're technically gonna take 5. So it starts generating, like I said. Next we have 3, create, capturing net. Low attack, 4, it's a weapon charge, has a foundation combo requirement, which is foundation. Combo enhanced, this attack gets +2, gets stun 2. So slows your opponent down by stunning them. And then what's really neat is enhance, build 1 foundation from your card pool face up. So what you do is you have a foundation in there, you'll go, hey, I play this first, and they're thinking, oh, he's gonna build it. And then you're like, haha, on a 5. So 4, 5, progressive difficulty, check, whatever. Then and now it's, hey, give it stun 2. Then you're like, all right, I'm gonna give it +1 speed because it has weapon with Stain. And then I'm gonna use the ability to bring this down. And now this is active. And if I want, I can use the ability afterwards. Really good card, really neat. Low attack, it'll catch your opponent off guard. Lastly on the attacks, we have 2 net gun surprise. Range, stun, tech, weapon. Reason why we have it, stun. The other enhance that I think is really neat, those of you who don't know what stun is, it says stun 2 enhance. Your rival commits 2 foundations, meaning they gotta commit 2 of their foundations. You cannot commit your character for that because that's not a cost. What's cool about this, stun 2, but not even on attack. If you wanted to, sure, you can do little pokes there. But what's cool is using this on block, on defense, because it says response card pool, meaning in card pool, you can use the ability if it's just sitting in the card pool. Remove your rival's, after your rival plays an attack, reduce its speed to 1. So you make it a 1, so that way you can easily block it. Really good, really, really, really good. Next, we have the foundations. One of these, evade and copy, self-explanatory, returns the speed to its printed speed and zone, just easy to help block an attack. We have 1 plugged in, response flip. After this card is committed due to your rival's effect, draw 1 card, playable while committed. So they go like this, boom, and then you're just like flip, I'll draw an extra card to set up. The other thing that's cool is you get to, let's just say you know what's on top of their deck, because there is a card in his kit that allows him to know the top card of the deck. So if you see it, you can go, hey, I know what's up there. I'll flip this, and it says look at the top, but this says look at the top, so you don't even have to do that. But if you look at the top of their deck, you get to look at your own top or their top, whichever you choose. And then you get to choose if you want to discard it or not. If you see that you're going to check really well, you leave it on top. If you see they're going to check really well, you discard it. If you see they're going to check back, leave it on top. So it's a really good card, knowing what your opponent's going to do. Next, we have Unexpected Hero. Unexpected Hero is really cool. Response commit. After your rival discards a card during the combat phase, draw 1 card. So characters that do discarding, like Midoriya, what's the name? Himiko Toga, Tetsu. There are characters that do a lot of discarding. Eraserhead, discarding. This will say, hey, commit, I'll draw a card. So you get that extra card just so you can know what you're going to do next. The other thing that's really cool is this ability is really neat. I really like this. Flip. This attack gets -3 speed and +3 damage. You flip this over and it's going to deal damage. Like, it's gonna, I'm sorry, not that it's gonna deal damage, but you minus the speed. Most people are like, well, why would you minus the speed? Well, if you're running a throw attack, you do this. Boom, give it +3 speed. Give it +3 damage. It's gonna deal extra damage. If they have no more cards in their hand because they've been blocking or whatever, you're like, oh, you know what? We gotta go in here. I'm gonna minus the speed by 3, but I'm gonna give it +3 damage. Just extra damage, gonna hurt people. Next, we run 3 Specialist Soundwave. Has a response after you check this card, reveal the top card of your deck. So you get to check. As soon as it checks, you go response. Look at the top so you can see what's going to be coming next. Now, you do get to reveal it, so that means your opponent knows what's coming too, but it's still good. Then response commit. After an attack is played, it gets -3 speed. So they go and play an attack, and you're like, response. I'll respond, give it -3 speed so I can make it easier to block. Really good card. Comes from set 1. Another set 1 card, start with the basics. This is just self-explanatory. It says commit, your weapon attack gets +1 speed and +2 damage. So you're going for the kill shot. You can commit this card and it just keeps buffing the speed and damage, and you just try to end your opponent. This one is going to be, this is a really favorite, that's one of my favorite cards. Challenging the fakes. Just like in the anime, he just was like, hey, I'm taking on everybody. So he's like, this says enhanced flip. This attack gets -1 damage, period. If it is not blocked, your rival's next check to play an attack gets -2. Failing this check does not end the combat phase. So usually if you fail the check, it does end the combat and end your turn. This says, hey, I'll -1 damage from your attack, but I'm planning on taking that attack. But guess what? If you throw something that I don't like, it's gonna get checked anyway, but they have to throw an attack. So if they think that they're gonna get around it by playing a foundation and then a check, it affects the next attack they play. So it sometimes slows your opponent down from even playing another attack. It's really neat, really good. Next, we run 1 Zoom. Response after all response, meaning if your character has all, which Stain does. All response after your combat phase begins. After your combat phase begins, reveal the top card of your deck. So you get to see what actually is what you're gonna check when you play it. So this is good to just be ahead of the game. Deadlock form, flip. Look at your rival's hand. So this is neat. If they're at more than 10 foundations, you flip it. What does it play? Flip. Yes, flip, flip, and then you get to look at your opponent's hand so you can know what block zones, know what they're gonna have, and if they're gonna be able to block or not. Then we run 2 Mediator. This is good because it just allows you to survive longer. Enhance Destroy. Your rival's attacks gets -3 speed. If you've played an action card this turn, draw 1 card. Now, that's going to be more relevant as you buff the deck and you do some other. He does have an action card that you can play and you can get nuts with it. Next, we have Intimidating Presence. This comes from set 2. It says, while this card is in your card pool, rival's attacks get -1 speed. So pretty much once it's in a card pool, this just doesn't count anymore because it's -1 speed. That's what that is. That's what the meaning of this card is. Response flip. After your rival readies 1 or more foundations due to their effect, flip 1 of them. So if they have anything that re-readies or whatever, like Froppy, she likes to re-ready certain foundations. That's okay. She goes to ready it. You go and flip this and say, hey, flip that. Now they'll never have it. Now, of course, she has more face down, and that doesn't matter, though. You're just like, hey, you won't be flipping that again. I mean, you won't be readying that again. So it's a really good card, on point. Next, we have this, destined for mainstream success. Enhanced flip, name a card type, then reveal the top card of your deck. If the card matches the name type, add it to your hand. I already explained this in the Midoriya version 2. Pretty much, you name the card type. There is foundation, attack, action, and asset. You name any of those and you call it right, you reveal it, it goes to your hand. If not, you get to know what check you're gonna have next. So it's good to be ahead of the game. Next, we have 2 of the It Can't Be Fixed. This is cool because it's a great block, but also if any of your cards get committed due to your opponent's effect, you flip this and build another foundation from the top of your deck. Really good, really on point. And it's built face down. Anytime knowing build, if it says build from the top or build, means face down, unless it says specifically otherwise, it'll tell you. We got 1 of Floating Around My Babies, which is, I told you this is more in the Toga deck before. You just remove the top 3 cards of your discard pile and give something extra damage. Really good. And then lastly, we have Rooftop Vantage, which allows you to look at the top of your opponent's deck to see what they're going to check next. So flip, look at the top of a card of your rival's deck, and it really works. It's really neat. So there you have it, folks. That is my budget deck for Stain. It is built on an all symbol. Now, there are many other symbols. Evil is one of the main symbols that a lot of people are going to be running, but I just wanted to give you a different outlook on it, something to explore, and it may have given you some options to check out, so definitely check it out. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely, if you have not subscribed, like I said, make sure you subscribe. If you have any ideas, any direction you would like to do with other decks, just comment down below. I love to interact with you guys and talk with y'all, all right? I'll keep more videos coming. Love you guys. Take care. Peace.